Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. I'm Simone Simpson from Wondering Yoga Cafe Entertainment, and I want to welcome you to our 30-day, one meal a day challenge. Today is day 6 or 6. Today is day 6. So welcome, welcome, welcome. A lot to talk about today, probably in a shorter amount of time. And I'll let you know why that is. Today's quote is sleep well and awaken refreshed. That is an intention that I set on most nights when I go to bed, especially when I'm really sleepy, setting an intention of sleeping well and awaking refreshed. So that's on my mind a lot because I just kind of restructured my morning. So now I get up at 4 and meditate for an hour and a half. I start work now at 6, which I really like because when I finish work, the sun is bright. It's bright and sunny, and it feels like, what next? Versus when I was stopping work at 6 o'clock, especially this time of year right now. It's January and it's dark at that time. So when I finish work and it's dark, it kind of feels like it's time to settle in and start thinking about going to bed. But so getting up, but interestingly enough, I've been waking up at 3:30. Today I was up at 3:30, yesterday at 3. So that's what my body's been doing. But the restorative sleep is the sleep between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So that's actually the most important time to be asleep, those 4 hours. And I was wondering why, because the first night I went to bed, I was sleepy. It was much later than I wanted it to be. However, it was like 9:45. So I was asleep between 10 and 2, and I woke up at 3 and I was wide awake. And I thought, could it be because I got all 4 hours of that restorative sleep? And when I was getting up a little later, 4:44 to meditate, I was not always, and in fact, most times not even in bed yet at 10 o'clock. So many times it was 11:30. So just noticing that. And I wanted today to talk about our tip for today, which is what intermittent fasting does for our minds. It gives us a clear head, basically. It's talked about and called lovingly a brain booster, intermittent fasting. And that's because of the autophagy, which gets rid of old proteins and molecules that are in the cells. It basically cleans them out and then creates new. So it's recycling. And so you're just getting a new you. The longer you're in autophagy over the days, the months, the years, you are really creating a new you. So it's really nice. So cheers to all of us who are on this one meal a day journey. And so that was just something that I found that was really, really, I was glad to read that, to get that information, but I feel that I can tell just my mind is more clear. Just the, I'm able to think of things more quickly. I'm able to make connections more quickly, and I'm happier, lighter, more easygoing, able to really put things in perspective. I had a client today who was really upset. I hadn't spoken to her yet. I managed the city that she's in. However, whenever she called, I was just days that I wasn't in. So anyway, she sent, I guess, this long email to my personal email. So someone gave her that, which I was like, why would they give someone my personal email? That's not where clients should email. I don't look at that first. That can sit for 24 hours. They should be emailing the database so that customer service reps can give that, notify me that it's there so that I know to look at it. But anyway, so she sent a couple of long emails and just really angry. And so I just thought, wow, I've got to call this lady who's so upset, and I've never even spoken to her. And then I was kind of passing the buck thinking, people were not helping her. Someone said, this person is your account manager. You need to talk to her instead of actually going to the department where the information is that she needs. I don't have that information. I actually have to message this department. And no one did that. Actually, a couple of people did. But 3 others didn't. One of those gave her my personal information. So then she's feeling that she has to talk to me and she doesn't. Basically, we just needed, they read the notes in the account, everything was there. I had gone through her account meticulously. I contacted that department because I saw her account one night and I contacted the department. They didn't have the information yet. They were working on it. So I posted a note in there just kind of detailing everything that was happening for the client and letting them know that we are waiting the resolution on this. Once we get that, then we can let the client know. So everything's in the works. So I just put a note there. If the client calls in, let her know this. And so that was there. But anyway, I knew I needed to talk to her. I was thinking, wow, it's not going to be a good conversation. I thought, wait a minute, what about the intention of this? I have to change my mindset. So I took a little bit of a break. I did my meditation from Meditation Rising. I'll put a link below from meditationrising.com. And it's a 6-minute meditation. However, it is a very powerful meditation. It gets you right in that sweet spot of where you want to be, of how you want to feel in 6 minutes. So I did that. And then the thought had occurred to me to send her an email. So I sent her an email prior to the meditation, letting her know what happened with the intention of calling her after I meditated. So I sent the email just explaining that, hi, I just wanted to give you an update. We're working on this. As soon as we get the resolution, we'll follow up with you. And so I sent that email, meditated. When I was finished meditating, I went right to her account because it was my intention to call her, but I was thinking I want harmony. I want to have a harmonious conversation. I want it to be positive and harmonious. And I went to her page and she had emailed back. She was happy. She emailed back in the correct place. She responded to my email. I didn't email her from my personal account. I emailed her from where she should have been sending her emails to, but she was happy. She's like, thank you so much for getting back to me. Can you let me know how long it's going to take? I'm really, really involved in this. And so I went to find out. I did ask. So I first messaged her back. I'm like, okay, I'll find out. Then I'll get back to you by the end of business today. I got the information, but I just wanted to say, I set the intention of how I wanted the conversation to go. And it did, not even realizing, wow, we don't even actually have to talk. Generally, if someone sends an email, they prefer communication via email. So that's the way you should respond. I was just feeling like, let me call her because she's so upset. But yeah, I set that intention and did a little meditation. I got myself right and everything righted itself. So super good. Super good, really good. I wanted to talk about planning. That's our trick for the day, is planning. We did our tip for the day. That's about the clear brain that we're getting from intermittent fasting. But planning, are you noticing that planning is crucial, is key? I wanted to reiterate this. So if you're doing a 1 to 2 hour eating window, I've found that sometimes I'll have my meal during the first 30 minutes of my eating window. And then I'm like, oh, wow, this is great. I'm done. I'm satiated. However, then I'm starting to get a little bit hungry because now I've incorporated an evening walk into my routine. Before I wasn't doing that. So with that evening walk, and it's a little cold outside, and that's one thing that cold does, is it increases your hunger. Like when you go snowboarding and you're cold, it just makes you want to eat and eat and eat and eat, versus if you go running, if you're hiking, things where you're hot, that greatly decreases your appetite. So that evening walk is kind of stimulating my appetite. And I'm like, oh my goodness, so my tip for today, my trick actually is I'm going to have a little snack at the very end of my eating window. Just something that is filling and satiating, because that will tide me over a little bit more now that my body's adjusting to this evening walk that I've been doing. And actually I'm walking my mom's dog, what I'm doing, which is good. It's good for the puppy. It's good for me too. So it's a win-win all around. So that is my tip for the day, is thinking of that. If you're eating super, like in the very beginning of, now when I first started, I was eating until like the very last minute of it. But over the course of, again, this is day 6 for us, but I again started 2 weeks before the challenge. And I was eating the whole time, my entire window. Like, it's like, okay, I've got 3 minutes left. But now I'm getting accustomed to it. My body's getting accustomed to it. And that's something that I found now that I've added exercise, and it's cold out. I'm exercising in the cold. It's stimulating hunger. And that is something as well that was suggested is if you're going to exercise while you're intermittent fasting, and exercise is always a good thing. If you're going to exercise right before your eating window. And now I can definitely see the benefits and why that would be beneficial. And I might consider that as a time issue. I usually do about an hour and a half European lunch in the middle, not even the middle of my day, usually 6 hours after I start work. So by 1 o'clock, that's when I start eating. So I guess if I just walked first and then came in and did meal prep, and then I could actually eat while working, because a half-hour meal prep, maybe a half hour to cook. So then do a half-hour walk, half-hour meal prep, half-hour cook. So that's an hour and a half. I don't want to do like a 2-hour lunch because it just extends my workday too much, but hour and a half is a good European lunch for me. So yeah, I think I might experiment with that a little bit tomorrow. And then I'm exercising in a fasted state. So that is ideal. That is it's a hack for burning fat. So I think that will be a win-win. Anyone can see my clock over there. It's like 7:30. I'm wanting to be in bed by 8 p.m. tonight. It's probably not going to happen because I do a half-hour meditation. I'm just going to take a quick shower tonight. I'm not going to sit in the tub. I usually sit in the tub and listen to inspiring workshop. That's about 45 minutes at night. And I really enjoy that relaxing time. But today I just want to see if I can sleep more. Last night I didn't go to bed until like 9:45. So I'm wanting to sleep by 8 to see what that does for me. But generally, my body, that's how my mom was, my brother. It is 4.5 to 5 hours is ideal. Like I have the most energy sleeping like 4 hours, 4.5 hours a day. And usually one day a week, my body would say, okay, I need 8 hours, but 8 hours every day, it just was way too much for me. It just would drag. But I'm going to see what happens if I can allow myself that 8 hours and see if my body will sleep that long or if I'll just wake up right at the end of that 2 o'clock phase. So that is just kind of what's been going on. Feeling a little bit sleepy today, like I would like to get that extra sleep. Our homework for today, and this is something we're playing with. So in the mornings, again, we do our coffee or tea first, and we're keeping that clean. So if you're doing black coffee or black tea, I'm using an unsweetened almond milk that I put in mine. I actually have one here, and I can see a little bit of it. I put the almond milk in a frother, and this is a rooibos and orange vanilla cream rooibos tea, so non-caffeinated. So in the mornings you have your coffee or tea, and after that, for the next 3 hours, water only. And remembering to drink the water, because I've been doing this, but I haven't been drinking the water, and have been realizing later in the day that I was dehydrated. My first symptom of dehydration is I get a little bit of angst and a little bit antsy is how I start to feel. A little agitated. That's a better word. A little bit agitated, a little angst, a little bit agitated. And that's what I was feeling when that client was upset. All of a sudden, I was like, wow, I've got a bunch of stuff to do. I need to do all these things. And I was like, I'm thirsty. I haven't had water yet. So remembering for me, and if you're not dry fasting, having that water during that time period, because I don't really drink water other than at night. I'll drink it when I'm meditating because I'm really in tune with my body. And a lot of times at night I can tell, oh wow, I'm dehydrated. So I have some water on the side of my bed where I meditate, and I'll drink that. So that is our homework: coffee or tea first thing, and then 3 hours of water only. Okay. 3 hours of water only. We're in training right now. So this is our training. So 3 hours of water only. Then after that, you can have your juices, your cold pressed juices until your eating window. Remember, our goal right now is just to not eat solid foods with the exception of when we're in our eating window. That's our goal. And hoping that your healthcare provider has allowed you to join the challenge. So, but that's what we're doing, is within that 1 to 2 hours, and just seeing where that gets us, where that takes us. So then after that, in the evenings is where being a little more playful with what you're drinking for now, until we get to the point where we're just doing water, coffee or tea in the morning, and then water unless we're eating. And that's, I've just seen such miraculous results. I know that I've seen wonderful results from intermittent fasting, and most people who I've seen doing that, I won't say most, a lot of them, when they show their before and after pictures, sometimes I'm like, that looks like you and your daughter. It just doesn't look like the same person at all. Not an exaggeration. It looks like you and your daughter. Sometimes the person has lost 50, 80, 100 pounds, but it looks like the before picture looks like the daughter, looks like the niece, and the after looks like an aunt or something. And I think those are the people who aren't eating clean, who aren't doing water fasts, who aren't, because you can release weight with intermittent fasting regardless of what you eat, but your body's going to respond based on how clean you are. And so that does matter. Not every day, of course, certain days. And like today for lunch, I had a bean rice. Oh, that was it. A bean and rice burrito, because I don't put cheese on it just because of the dairy. But yeah, I had a couple of bean and rice burritos, some broccoli with that, and coleslaw with that yumminess. So that's what I had. So, and I guess I'm looking at the bean and rice burrito as a total treat. You know, it had a tortilla on it. I'm like, and I got rice on it. So that's really sweet. Those are sugars. So, and I can taste it. Once you really remove sugar from your diet, and you start getting those hidden sugars in like tortillas and and rice, it's like, this is like dessert. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have a couple of burritos today. So it was nice. They were good. So I had the burritos, and that was my lunch. But eating clean, doing the water fasts, getting a nice stroll outside, some nice yoga, doing those things, it makes a difference in how your body responds to this intermittent fasting. So just wanting to look our best and feel our best and be our best forever. You know, I'm like, I'm doing this until I'm like 650, and I'm going to sit under a banyan tree with people looking at me, and then all of a sudden they just won't see me. That's how I want to go out. so that would be fun. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching today. And again, our theme for today is, I set an intention before bed, which is sleep well and awake and refreshed. So definitely going to say that tonight. I'm just feeling like I would love to just sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. But the morning is so special. If you look on my videos when I was living in Spain, one of the first videos that I did out there was a Rumi quote. And I said, wake up, wake up. The morning has secrets to tell. Don't go back to sleep. And it really does. I enjoy a delicious sleep, but that early morning air, there's just something electric in it. And you can feel it, although it's dark outside. And I sit at my work desk with my coffee or tea, and my light isn't that bright in my office. It's just not that bright. So, and I have my blinds open, and, so that once the sun comes up over the mountains in the east, I'll be able to at least see it in the west. But yeah, but that magic, the morning air, it's magical. So I want to thank you for being a part of this, for doing what you're doing for yourselves. I want to invite you to the challenge, to our SNAP Back Body Wild Challenge. Would love to have you there to be a part of our community. It's a 90-day transformative plan. It changes the way you think about food. You heard me earlier saying that burritos are a treat. It's like a dessert. Like I can tell the sweetness in the tortillas. It was just delicious. I'm like, oh my goodness, because when you remove things like that, it doesn't mean you can't have it forever, but it's such a treat when you have it. But I would love to have you on the challenge, and you'll get a very nice discount, 40%, I think, or 50%. The discount code is a discount for being a part of this. So just leave a comment so that we know that you're a part of it, and then we'll send you the discount code right over to you. And thank you so much for watching. Look forward to tomorrow. And remember your homework. You've got one more day to get your measurements and weight for week 1. I know that I can just tell, like I wear Bikram yoga shorts. That's my work uniform. Like literally in the mornings when I get up and get dressed, I put on yoga shorts and a yoga top. But so that's my work uniform. But I can tell like there's more room. I was like, what's going on here? And I'm like, oh, there's a lot more room in my yoga shorts now. So I want to make sure I get those measurements in the first week so that they're there. And I've got to do some fiddling around because I don't have any more memory on my phone, which is why I haven't measured yet, because my scale is linked to my app and my phone, and the app won't open because there's not enough storage. So, and I went to my iPad to open the app there, and it said, oh, close the app on another device. Well, I can't even get it open. So I'll toy with it. I'll probably have to delete some things tomorrow and get it. And then now I'm forced to get another phone. I've been really toying with that idea for quite a while. Like I need a personal assistant because I just don't choose to spend my time shopping for things like cell phones. Like that's just not fun, but I can make it fun. Get a personal assistant to do that. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad you're here. I'm looking at me, my body's going, yay, getting closer to bedtime. I don't know, I might sit in the tub for a bit. No, I'm just gonna take a shower. Yeah, just gonna take a shower. I'm gonna get in the bed and really have a good meditation, go someplace that I meditate. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on day 7. This is day 6 of our 1 meal a day challenge. I am Simone Simpson from Wondering Yoga Cafe Entertainment. You're doing it too. Bye. Namaste.